Hello, good morning. I am tired. My hair is a mess. It is, it's Monday. Sorry. It's Monday, April 28th. So where I left you off was my, I'm struggling. You left off with my market. So I was at my market yesterday. So I'm pretty sure the outro is just me being silly with my sister and my friend, and we're at the market. And um, so let's recap. You got to see me like the week before. You got to see me at the market. You got to see my setup. So now let's talk about it. It went so much better than I expected. It was a really big event, surprisingly, for how cheap the vendor cost was. Oh my god, I gotta get it together. Hang on, let me see if this coffee will help. Okay, so I have notes. It was really good foot traffic, lots of new followers on Instagram. I even got a custom order. Let's just get into it. So I'm just gonna rattle off what I sold in order as the day went, okay? So I officially sold Petey. Petey was the little chicken, the first one I ever made, and he had like no neck and no head. Maybe I'll put a photo here. We'll see how energetic Editor Jerry is. So he was the first guy that sold Petey. Then I sold a chunky red jellyfish. I sold the chunky gray elephant that was made with Zaddy Crafts yarn. I sold an itty bitty velvet purple octo. That was from noon to 1 because the whole event was from noon to 6. And I wanted to see like what my busiest times were. So noon to 1, there you go. 1 to 2, it really picked up. I sold a teeny tiny duck that was made out of like super skinny chenille. I sold a purple Juicy Couture dino. I sold the black and white cotton bucket hat, which I was kind of sad to see go because I low-key wanted one for myself. So I might have to make one for myself before Aftershock this year. Okay. Then I sold the Juicy Couture green-bodied tushy turtle. I sold a teeny tiny little velvet frog, the little circle ones that I make. I sold, I have this granny square hexagon crop top that I made, like long sleeve crop top that I made. Again, Editor Jerry, if you can find it, there's a picture of me in it. And I've had it forever, and I always take it to markets and just hang it on the corner of my tent. It finally sold. Someone bought it, she tried it on there, she loved it. And so she got that. I sold a chunky orange cat from Zaddy Crafts yarn. I sold a tiny velvet pink triceratops. I sold a teeny tiny velvet blueberry. So that was from 1 to 2. From 2 to 3, that was actually my biggest money maker chunk from 1 to 2. Okay, 2 to 3, we sold the teeny tiny purple whale keychain. Then I sold a teeny tiny teal octopus keychain. I sold a chicken. I don't remember which one. The chickens are kind of hard to differentiate besides the PD. So I sold a chicken. It was probably one of the tannish ones. Then I sold one of my big like Bernat blanket blue tushy turtles. And I sold like a little green chunky turtle that I had made where it's a classic, like it's standing on 4 legs with a shell on top and a little head. Again, if I can put a picture up, I will. We'll see how Editor Jerry feels about all of this. Okay, and then that was it from 2 to 3. Really slow for that hour. 3 to 4, I had a big custom order. So I did sell the other Juicy Couture tushy turtle that had a brown body with a green shell, because the guy that bought the green one with the brown shell came back for the opposite. He wanted the friend. Then I sold one of my speckled chickens for 25. Then I sold my little chunky like T-Rex thing that I had free-handed myself at some point just to use up yarn. Then I sold the custom cardigan. So it was actually another vendor there, and she kept seeing mine that I was wearing, my rainbow one that's in my brand colors. And she was talking to me about how she wanted a custom, and this happens all the time. Can you make custom stuff? Yes, I can. Oh, cool. I want like this, that, and the other. And I'm like, great, message me. And then they never do. And that's fine, right? Like, I'm cool with it. I made a connection and they really liked my work, and I'm flattered. So, but this time she was like, no, I'm really serious. Like, can you do it? And I can pay today. And so she had actually bought, her and her partner had actually bought the little chunky T-Rex. And then I was like, yeah, you know, like totally. So then she was like, can you have it within like 2 weeks? I have a Pride event. And then I was like, for sure. So she paid me right there. And I actually ordered the yarn. I have to go pick it up at some point today at Michael's. So I already have the yarn waiting for me at Michael's to go get. And then that was it from 3 to 4. So I did good money wise, but I sold very few items. It was just that cardigan was a little higher of a price point. So 4 to 5, dead, no sales. Well, not dead, like we had people coming in, but no sales. And then finally, last minute sales from 5 to 6. I sold the yellow and white cotton bucket hat. I sold a teeny tiny blue kitty that was made out of velvet. I sold another chicken. And that was it. Okay, so all said and done, I sold 24 items and one custom item that I have to make this week. So that's total 25 things that I sold. And I made $420. What a fun number. 420. So that's great because I think in my last market, did I make over 400 as well? I think so. Oh no. My last market I made 240. That's so weird that they're like reverses. Okay. So $420 was great. I was super happy. Making over 400 is like unheard of to me because I hardly ever have markets that do this well, honestly. I had one market sell over 400 last year. I'm the 200-ish is usually my wheelhouse. So okay, with that said, we had, actually I can write down some quick math. So I sold $420 worth of stuff. My booth fee was $80. I had to pay to rent a white tent because we were on the street and the city required white tents. So that was not the like promoter's fault. He tried really hard to get us to be able to bring our own, but they really wanted all white tents. So $25 for the white tent. And then I actually had to pay $30 for parking. I'm not going to worry about gas or cost of materials. Okay, so that brings our actual like bring home total to $285, which is really good. Like I said, at my last market week that I did on the 13th, I only made $240 and I had paid for my vendor fee there too, so I made less. So this is great, $285 after all those extra fees. The parking, I think I probably could have parked cheaper, honestly, if I would have tried, but it's just a lot going on and I wanted to just park as close as possible, so I paid for a parking garage and I paid the daily rate because I didn't want any chance of getting a ticket. So again, that's not the promoter's fault. That was an added cost that I kind of knew going in and I just mentally prepared for. And then the $25 for the white tent, you know, even though I had to pay extra for the tent, it was nice because it was already there for me. I didn't have to bring my own tent, and they even helped us set it up. And then for tear down, it was a lot easier because I didn't have to worry about getting it back in perfectly. They just said to like collapse it and they would come and clean up. So I think that's worth the $25, to be honest. Those 10 by 10 tents can be such a pain in the booty sometimes. So there you go. It was really great. It was really great. So this week I started by recapping that market, and we're gonna finish this week with another market because I'm crazy. So on this Saturday, May 3rd, I have my third market of the year. We'll see. This one is a little bit interesting. We'll see how I do. I do think I need to prep for this one. I think this week I need to try to spend a day just chugging out tiny plushies. I'm going to an adults soccer league tournament in San Jose. And I know there's going to be a lot of families there. So I really want to get like a lot of little things out for kids, and that way I can be successful. So that's my plan. This week will be a lot of prep and that custom cardigan order. Okay, bye. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you that I've been keeping up with my granny squares. So I knew that I would be so busy Sunday. I don't remember where I put it, but I knew that yesterday was going to be an all-day event and it would be so super busy. So I actually made my Sunday square on Saturday night, and I never told you guys. Sorry. I need to finish my mom's black cardigan for Mother's Day today. All I have left is 2 rows of single crochets around the outer edge. I'm gonna work on that. So the actual week-long plan is today, black cardigan, mail it out along with all these kitties. Then we are going to make the rainbow custom cardigan, and we are going to make a lot of little velvet itty bitties, or make itty bitty patterns with the Bernat blanket so that they're just like the what I call chunky, because I want more $8 to $12 items. That's all I wanted to say. Good morning. It is Tuesday the 28th, 29th. It's Tuesday, April 29th. So my mom's black cardigan's done. I'm gonna get that in the mail today, finally, officially, along with the cats. All of that really has to go out like today. I just have to find a box that fits it all. The cardigan is poofier than I expected. It takes up a lot more space than I expected. Other than that, I'm working on the custom cardigan that the person ordered that went to my market, and she wants as close to mine as possible. So I had picked up yarn last night pretty late and did some color match, tried to get some color matching done. So this is the one half and then the second half. The only colors I had a hard time with were the blues. I think every other color I got pretty much perfect, but the blues are just a tad different than the ones I used in mine because I couldn't find those exact colors. I don't even know what colors those were since they were from my scrap bin to begin with. So, but I think it looks really good. I'm gonna keep working on this today, get as much done as I can, because I just need to get this off my to-do list to make sure it's done for Saturday. And I have been tying in my ends as I go. So there's no strings besides this last one. So go Jerry for that. Even though there are ends to tie in, I don't really mind doing the color change. Just because then I know, like, I don't know, it feels like in my brain it goes faster because I'm like, okay, I just need to do one more round of each color. Like, oh, I only have the blues to do. Now I just have one more row of purple. Like in my head, it goes faster because I can keep track, like, based on what color I'm on, instead of just constantly having to count. So yeah, gonna try to get as much as the sun. I did not actually do my granny square yesterday, so I have to do 2 granny squares today now. I might just try to bust those out real quick this morning and then work on the sweater. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how I feel and what I get into. Okay, that's my update for the day. Okay, so got my squares done for yesterday. This was the classic granny square. And then I got this done for today. This is 112 stitches compared to this just being the 80, so it is a bit bigger. I like this one though. This one was pretty, it was fairly simple, really quick to go through. I like this one a lot. In the book, they make these rows the same color. I happened to accidentally cut the blue off whenever I was done with it, so then I just switched to the like greenish seafoam. Same thing with this one actually. After I finished the green round, I cut the yarn out of habit, and then they were like, oh, do one more row of singles. So I added the single blue row. But yeah, those are done. Granny square is interesting because it's like triple crochets, double crochets, triple crochet, double crochet. And I've never heard of that before. I mean, I'm new to granny squares in general, but I have done a lot of granny stitch things, and I've never done like the treble crochet granny stitch. So I thought it was interesting that this one switches back and forth. But I still liked it. It was super quick and easy. So that was that. I've also continued working on the custom cardigan. I have yarn noodles everywhere. Okay. So we have these two that are matching. And basically I just have to do this full rainbow spectrum one more time. Connect the sleeves, connect the back, add the length, you know, the whole bit. So we're getting there. I'm gonna try to get a lot more done today so I can get this done and off my list. I'm hoping I can finish it tomorrow. I still haven't packed up the cats. I still have to do that. My cardigan is taking up more space than I expected for my mom, so I'm trying to decide if I want to ship 2 separate boxes or if I want to just do one big one. And maybe it doesn't get there in 3 days, maybe it gets there in like a week. Okay, bye. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to show you that I got my t-shirt finally. Isn't it the best? I pat around when I get home with the cat and the moon and Saturn. I love it so much. I love it. Okay. Hello, good morning. It is May 1st. Look at that. Thursday. What was I gonna say? I did not film yesterday. I had a weird day yesterday. So I didn't do my granny square either. I think I'm just gonna be a little bit behind on those, to be honest. I'll have to catch up in a couple days. My new web drop is supposed to happen tomorrow. We'll see if it goes out in time. I'm not doing like a ton, but we'll try to get that done. And then I think all I'm gonna add to that is some Pride bucket hats and maybe this cardigan that I just made for someone and offer that as a custom option. What else? Oh, and then I'm just gonna add like some new merch. So it's like a mini drop, it's not like a full drop. And then I have my market on Saturday that I haven't really had time to prep for at all because I've been trying to get this cardigan done. And then next week I have Salsa Fest. So I really want to try to prep for Salsa Fest. I wanted to come up with some little like keychains with like the red chili pepper pattern by Crochet Me Zaddy. So I definitely want to work on that. And I was trying to decide if I wanted to make it out of velvet or acrylic. I'm thinking for keychains, acrylic might be better just because it's a little bit more durable than the velvet. So we'll see. I think I'll probably just make one of each and see which one I like best, see which one I think is easier or faster, and then go from there. I think that's my plan for now. But that's, again, that's like next week. That's after my event this Saturday. I know that I had said that I wanted to make a bunch of itty bitty things to prep for this event, and I'm not sure that I'll have time. We'll have to see what tomorrow brings. I thought I would have this cardigan done by Wednesday, but I just had like a weird week, like emotionally. So I haven't been working as hard as I thought I would be. And that's why I'm feeling kind of behind, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, and all I can do is hope that the market goes well enough to cover like my overhead costs. So we will see. But yeah, and then maybe today if I get my cardigan done and photos taken and stuff, then maybe I can catch up on my granny squares. If not, like I said, I'll just spend a day catching up on them sometime in the near future. It's just the month of May is so busy. Once the Salsa Fest is done, I'll get to chill for like a while, like 6 weeks or so I have off from markets once the Salsa Fest is over. So we just have to get through that. Thanks for watching. Love ya. Hello, good morning. It is May 2nd, Friday. I am going to finish this cardigan. It is like 98% done. So for the custom order, it looks really, really good. I'm kind of jealous because mine doesn't look as good. She wanted pockets, so I have to add one more. I added this one. I have to tie the ends. I did like a slip stitch to attach it. I felt like that was like the sturdiest way to do it, and it does feel really good and strong. Obviously it has holes, so don't put like, you wouldn't want to put coins in here, but she could just keep her hands warm or throw her phone in there and it would be fine. So yeah, I have this pocket, the other pocket done, and I just have to I have to tie the ends and slip stitch it. So we are gonna finish this super quick today. I got another custom order, but I told her it won't be done until about the 17th. I'm not even going to get the yarn for it until the 9th. I put the Michaels order in. She wants like a cotton top, so that's why it's going to take a while for the yarn to get here. I'm just in general like feeling a little behind because of all these markets that I did in a row. So like my website technically would have dropped today with new stuff, but it's probably gonna wait until Sunday. I don't have very much going into the drop, but some new merch stuff going up, and I think I might post this cardigan and maybe like a rainbow bucket hat or like the different pride flag bucket hat, something like that. So I think that's my plan. I don't know what to do for my challenge for May. I'm wondering if my challenge should just be to finish the whips that I have in my in my corner over here, because it's getting kind of ridiculous at this point. I have a lot of whips that just need done, so that might be my focus for May. Not so much keeping, I mean, I do want to continue to keep track of how much yarn I use, but not try to use the most yarn, just try to finish the stuff that I have started. So because I have some tops that I actually would like to wear. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, bye. Okay, the cardigan is done. Ends weaved, pockets on. It is really good, if I must say so myself. I think it looks very cute. So I would like to offer this on my website for my May drop because of Mother's Day and Pride. It's a beautiful rainbow. And now that I know how exactly I did it, I plan on taking all the notes today, taking a bunch of photos, and then hopefully make a listing for this on my website. And then I'm still undecided on the rainbow hats. I ordered the yarn for the new top that I have to make. It's a black and purple top. Someone sent me a picture, so that was nice of them. Get that done after May 10th. So for the rest of the day, I need to make smaller items, and I think this is the perfect time to bust out the fluffy yarn. Let me get it. I have gray and white, maybe cats, maybe love cats. That would be really cute, actually. Okay. And then I got this purple to go with the darker purple, and I'm thinking definitely some triceratopses. Like the little ones. And maybe some little stegosauruses. I'm thinking little dinos. I don't know why, but that's what I had in mind. Okay, it has been 46 minutes. 46 minutes. And I made an itty bitty fluffy love cat. Very cute. I tried to Google some tutorials and I didn't really like any of them from quick glances, so I just figured it out for myself. The face isn't the straightest, but it's okay. I think he's cute. His ears might be a little bit big. I might try it with half double crochets on the next one. Here's his little tail, no sew tail. It's just a chain, and he is very squishy. I think I really like the fluffy yarn. You can definitely see the stitches better, and they do get a little gappy sometimes, almost like acrylic yarn, but the squishableness and the softness is like perfect. So I do think I'll make some more of these. I don't know, are purple cats cute or yellow cats? I don't know, I was also thinking I could make itty bitty bunnies in this loaf shape. Now that I have this written down, it's just here would be different ears and this would be a different tail. I might play around with this tonight. I do love the fluffy yarn though. It is really smooth, really easy to work with. And I think the more, so I don't know if you can tell, the more you mess with it, the fuzzier it gets. So just from me like rubbing that ear, yeah, you can see all the fuzzies. So I feel like whenever these get rolled around in my bin a little bit and they're like rubbed up, you know, then they're gonna look like super cute and fuzzy. And then the tail is really cute. Okay, I'm happy with it. Nice, cute little chunky kitty. It's so squishy. I love it. It's so soft. Okay. And that was 46 minutes while like kind of looking, playing, taking notes, frogging a bit. So I think just churning them out once I get in a groove, like 20-30 minutes, just like my normal little velvet itty bitties, which is perfect because these can be in that like $8 to $12 range. I think these will probably be $8, and if I make them with Bernat blanket, I'll do $12. Okay. Good morning. It is Saturday and it's very early. I have my market today. It's May 3rd, and I wanted to show you guys that I made a bunch of little things yesterday. So I found out how to put spots on the kitty. So there's that. And I made a couple of bunnies. Oops, I'm dropping them. Hang on. Made a couple of bunnies. And then I made these bigger ones out of this like weird colored yarn that I bought for a custom order. So here's a bunny. And here's a kitty. So I think those are really cute. Those are good $8 and $12 editions. I'm going to take some more of that fluffy yarn with me, and if I have time and it's slow, I'll make more stuff. But I did decide that I am going to take some more of my stuff from up here. So the lion, the tiger, the bear, I'll probably take that kitty right there. And then I'm trying to decide if I'm going to take my alien or not. But yeah, I am like hustling last minute, so I gotta go get everything ready in the van, and I will try to film for you guys like I did last week. Okay, bye. Hello. I did not film anything from my market. Sorry. It is Sunday. It is Sunday the 4th. May the 4th be with you. I've been losing so many fingernails from all these markets. Hopefully my nail lady forgives me. Okay, so quick market recap, because my market was Saturday. It was kind of a flop, but it's okay because my first 2 markets were really good. Fingers crossed that my market this Saturday on the 10th is really good. But we can do a quick recap to end this video off. So this was like a flag football tournament that was holding like a big market during the tournament. So there was like over 50 vendors, tons of really good food, tons of really cool stuff. And there was a lot of people, a lot of foot traffic, but just not a lot of sales. I think people just didn't want to spend money. Maybe they weren't planning on spending money today. I know Mother's Day is coming up, but yeah. So here's how it went. I made a total of $96 and I sold 14 items. And then I have some more info on like custom orders after this. So I sold a coral haze scrunchie. I sold a juicy couture brown stegosaurus with like green spikes. I sold one of my chonky ducks that I make out of like the Zaddy Crafts yarn. And then another wave came through and I sold a mom had 3 boys and they all picked red items, which I thought was cute. But I sold a little chunky crab, a little chunky red panda, and a little chunky red bird. I took Zaddy Crafts like bird pattern basically and just made it red and gave it like some extra feathers to look kind of cardinal-ish. Anyways, then another group came in and I sold, actually this was my friend that came in and bought stuff. So I had a friend that came by, and her and her husband bought a tiny little pumpkin, a tiny little blueberry, and then one of my Juicy Couture Tushy Turtles, it's a blue one, and that one was really, really cute. I'm glad they got that one. And then someone else came in and bought the little purple bunny that I had made. I showed you guys before my event, so I think it was like on Friday or something. I used the Burnout Fluffy yarn and I made a couple little things. I'm glad I did those last minute because they were very popular. They caught a lot of people's eye. And so a little girl picked the purple bunny. Okay. Then I got, my last two sales was a little itty bitty Triceratops that was purple and made out of velvet. And then I had used like Big Twist Posh or something like that to make a Tushy Turtle when I was kind of testing the pattern. And someone bought a blue Tushy Turtle made out of that Posh yarn with a tan shell. And so the last two items, wait, did I count right? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So technically I only yeah. The last two items I gave for a trade. So at the end of the day, people that had like fresh items that needed like cupcakes, regular cake, someone was selling like these like fruit infused drinks. They were coming around to vendors at the end of the day trying to, see if anybody wanted to trade. So someone had taken the itty bitty little velvet elephant that kind of looks like this one up here that's buried, but it was like this big, I want to say. And then someone else picked another little chunky duck. And in return, I had gotten like some cupcakes and some infused fruit drinks for that. So no like real dollars, but trade value. So that was it. Again, not that great. My booth fee was $80. So I barely covered my booth fee. But luckily, the first two markets of this year did really good. And I'm really, really hoping that on Saturday I do really good. So to add on to that, my market last week, so it would have been on the 27th, I think. It was like I made over $400 there, and I had got the custom cardigan order. Made the custom cardigan order. She picked it up right at this event. And then I also, from that market, that Spring Jubilee market that I did in April, I also had someone message me and custom order a top. She sent me a picture of a top that she wants. I'm going to get that done for her. And I just got a message tonight of somebody that went to that market and they're ordering a custom made plushie from me. So I thought that was really cool. I got 3 custom orders in total. God, my nails look terrible. From that market. I thought that was really awesome. And then from this market that I just did yesterday, I had one of the vendors actually messaged me and was like, hey, I saw a vendor, or sorry, let me back up. All of the vendors for the event that I did yesterday were in a group chat on Instagram. And so someone messaged and was like, hey, who was selling crochet bags? I meant to buy one, but everybody started packing up early and I didn't have a chance to get one. Since the market was kind of a bust, around 4 o'clock, the promoters were telling everybody we could start heading home because they could tell that people weren't really buying things except for food. So the food vendors tended to hang around, but a lot of the craft vendors were cleaning up early. So then I sent back in the group text, like, that was me. I do them, just DM me. And so that person DM'd me and I got a custom market bag order. So I have 3 custom orders at the moment that I need to do. The only one that needs to be done really this week is the custom plushie. Someone's ordering a custom plushie with like a graduation cap as a gift, and they need it before May 17th, and I have to ship it to them. So I really need to get it done. I might even try to do it like tomorrow just to get it off my plate and like hurry up and ship it out on Tuesday, and then I don't have to worry about it. All of that said, we are prepping for the Sacramento Salsa Festival. It is a far drive. It's going to be a really long day. I paid a lot to be there. I'm really hoping I do really well to help possibly, hopefully set myself up for success. I'm trying to be very on theme. So I came up with 4 $5 keychains to sell at the market. I just came up with it today. So these are the 4 that I've decided on. This is the Zaddy Crafts Itty Bitty Corn, and I used acrylic yarn because they're keychains. I want them to stay durable, and I wanted to keep it at a $5 price point. So that's that. Velvet yarn or plushy yarn is more expensive, and the plushy yarn would make it, like Bernat Blanket would make it too big, I feel like. So anyways, here we go. Itty Bitty Corn. Itty Bitty Chili Pepper. Again, this is Zaddy Crafts from his Itty Bitty Veggies. It's okay, I made a second one. This one just doesn't have the angry guys yet. And then these 2 I just freehanded and kind of figured out. So I have a little sombrero, and I'll probably make different colors for the sombreros. Like I think I'll add in some orange on some of them. And then a little taco. Again, I freehanded this and just wrote down as I went. So he has some lettuce, some tomatoes, some cheese, some meat, and a little face, and he's very cute. So I plan to make about 10 of each. I've already started. I have like another pepper that just fell on the floor, and a third pepper started. Then I was watching The Last of Us, and I made like 3 of the yellow hats without the colorful borders on or the keychain. I also made the shell of the taco. I just need the fillings. I think I might change the fillings up a little bit, where I like do the lettuce more roughly and maybe the tomatoes a little bit smaller. But yeah, so that's the plan. Those will be $5. They're salsa themed. I'm also going to make Shrinky Dink tags that say like Salsa Fest 2025 on them to add to this. And that way they will fill up my keychain holder. I have a wooden keychain holder that I bought on Amazon, and it holds like 32. And I'm hoping to make 40 in total so that I have some backups after that and hope they sell. So that's that. I'm really, really hoping that I sell them all. If not, I can take the Salsa Fest 2025 Shrinky Dink part off and just keep bringing these to my markets. The other stuff I have planned for Salsa Fest is to just make bigger versions of these items. I want to make a really big like Bernat Blanket taco pillow. I want to make a couple more of the veggies with Bernat yarn or velvet, whichever, or yeah, whatever yarn I have around really. Make more of the veggies, it'll just be a little bit bigger. Maybe even add those to keychains, like my nicer big like clip keychains, and I'll just charge more for those. I think I might try to do like a plushy avocado, a bigger plushy avocado, and a bigger like burrito. So we'll see. I'm thinking I'll have a whole little like Salsa Fest specific section on my setup while I'm there. And we'll just go from there. But yeah, I'm really excited about these. And I can churn them out really quickly because I think I got these 3 hats and the taco shell part done in like an hour, I want to say, because I think The Last of Us is about an hour, and then we were watching a little bit after, so maybe an hour 20, something like that. That's the plan. Okay, thanks for watching. This is the end of this video, so if you subscribe, thank you. I'll give you 4 head kisses. If you're new, I promise my nails will look better in the future. As a crocheter that loves nails, I break a lot very often. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you next week as we continue to prep for Sacramento Salsa Festival. Okay, bye. Here, we'll do this little taco, we'll say goodbye. Goodbye, thanks for watching. Okay, bye.